to order. It is 4:50. The first bill that we have on the calendar is House Bill 308. On the agenda is 308, the Rural Fire Truck Acquisition Assistance Program, and the bill, which is double referred to appropriations, removes the 8-round requirement. As I understand it in the law, if you'll look at page 213, line 213 of the bill, there was language that says that the counties could not do more than 8 rounds. And as I understand it, the supervisor associations, they are in fact supporting to remove this language. This will allow counties to have more than 8 rounds of acquisitions as it relates to fire trucks. I see Brent here with the association. Okay. Any questions, senators? Do I have a motion? We have a motion on title sufficient do pass. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? That bill will be reported to appropriations. The next bill, House Bill 331, county and municipalities authorized to choose not to be subject to requirement for permitting as a condition to construction. We had a Senate version of this bill, senators, if you all recall. There were some questions raised in committee, and I said to the group that I would not bring it up on the floor until we had some of those questions, answers to some of those questions. And as you all can recall, it did die on the calendar. And so this is the House version of the same bill. And Senator Super wants the committee to consider a strike all to the House bill. Senator Super, you are now recognized to explain the strike all to House Bill 331.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We passed this bill last year out of the Senate and the House. And then this year we brought the same bill. After this committee last time, I met with some of the organizations that had some questions. And I think we've come to I'm not sure people are still happy about the bill, but they're willing to let the bill work. And what we did, the language is the same about allowing counties under 22,500 to opt out of the permitting requirement for a 5-year window. And then also allow municipalities under 7,500 to opt out of the permitting for a total of 5 years. What we did is on the remodeling, we lowered back to current law. It was 12,500 in the bill, and that's back down to 10,000, which is current law. And then there was also a grandfathering exception. And after some conversation with the contractors, we decided to leave that alone. They worked with all our HVAC and mechanical individuals to get their certification. They actually extended it longer than they initially wanted to at the end of the year. So we were willing to not touch that part of the law. The only part that we're looking at is line 1.7 through 134, which is 22,500 for counties, and then lines 203 to 209, which are opt out of municipalities. This is only just for 5 years. This is to allow our individuals to, once the permitting is set, that they were unable to continue working. This is like smaller counties, not affect our big counties like Southern County, bigger counties that already have our permit anyway. This is like smaller counties that don't have contractors, allow some individuals that do
And according to the proposed language, as of July 1st, 2029, everyone would be required to have the license.
Exception that we're trying to open all this back up. That's not the purpose of this. After this bill was passed, allow some of these individuals who have been working 20, 30 years. For whatever reason, can't take the test, don't want to take the test, allow them, like, to phase out or let them try to get together. And take the test.
Okay. Senators, any question? Senator Kirby.
I thought contract, which last year, I spoke to the subcontractor, actually one of their attorneys at the time, practices. They get very with it. I've never home with this year.
You haven't or have?
I haven't,
Okay, okay,
like I said, we're not real excited about it, but once we moved up parts.
okay. So, all right,
Sure. See,
okay,
I-
okay. Senator Seymour?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On this bill, in the bill we passed last year or the year before last, there was a grace period given to all the counties that did opt in for the contractors to be
License.
certified by the state contractors board. Is there any language in this bill to where in 5 years, when it comes about, will your regular contractors have the same grace period?
there's no grace period in this bill.
Are they gonna go out and have to spend 600 plus to get permitted
Right.
and take the test?
Right. This is only allowed the county to opt out from permit. Right. After that, no interviewing it, everyone would have to have a license, go through the permitting process.
So conceivably work will stop then
Well,
if they've not brought out.
yes and no, but the point of this was allow these folks to get licensed or get possibly profession time. I know some folks think I'm against the licensing part, I'm not. I'm a licensed attorney, at the time of the law school and everything, but, I just, some small counties, my home county, particularly, we got 4 licensed contractors. One of them, I don't even know if it actually works. One of them, HVAC, person one is a residential contractor, the other one just does insulation. He does work on a placement. We don't have any licensed contractors. This is allowed some of those folks who actually do really good work. Like to give them time to actually take the test. If they don't, that's on them. I don't feel bad for them at that point. But, just giving them folks time to do it, I just feel like.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator. Any other questions, senators? Senator Turner Ford?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So is there a plan to speak with the State Board of Contractors?
I'm going to try to talk to them. It was a little contentious last year, but I'm willing to talk to them. I actually got some ideas about some apprentice type programs. I would like to discuss this. It's kind of been a touchy subject. One conversation I've had. That was last year. I spent 2 days talking with the subcontractor. And we had spent a lot of time going through the bill. He actually had to draft a lot of legislation last year. I'm willing to work with everybody. I want a good product. But you have to have a product at all. Willing to work with it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Turner Ford. But Senator Suber, it's safe to say that they opposed it and you're gonna talk with them, but they probably still oppose it.
Yes, I'm sure they do, but I would like to, even if this doesn't pass, I would like to work with them about getting some.
Okay.
Everybody seems kind of okay with that, but.
Yep.
Nobody was on-
Well, Senator,
Question, please.
yes,
Senator Stover, this bill would require every county that's not under 75, or was it not 7,500? What's the county number?
22,000.
22,000. It would require any county over 22,000 to adopt codes and require that, right?
So if you're, the way this legislation is worded, any county that's over 22,500, they wouldn't need to opt out of this. This would only allow them to opt out.
For just 5 years or indefinitely? Okay.
And I will say this, all the supervisors have been, a lot of the supervisors have reached out to me about this legislation. For a small.
Mhm.
And the 22.5 number came about last year. It's the threshold that they needed. I'm not married to that number. I just have a number.
Well, Senators, I'll give you a list of all the counties that are under 22.5 and all of the municipalities that's under the threshold of 7,500, Senator Super. I'll actually get you that list hopefully tomorrow. And also you have my word as chairman of the committee that I will talk to the board of contractors myself and let you all know their position before I bring it up on the floor. But if there are not any other questions, do I have a motion? Yes. Tax Commission do pay a strike all. It's the motion. All senators in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? That bill passed. It'll be reported. The last bill, Senators, House Bill 1149, counties authorized to maintain an electronic format of law books in the county courthouses and public county law libraries. Thank you, Senator Super. Senators, as I understand it, this bill is just allowing us a cost-saving mechanism for our counties. Right now, they are required under the law to maintain physical copies of the law books. And what this would allow them to do, if they wanted to maintain an electronic copy, then they could maintain an electronic copy. They still will have to maintain some version of law books within the county courthouses. This just would allow it to be electronic if the county so chooses. Senator Seymour.
Mr. Chairman, what I read in here, it gives them the ability to opt out of having any hard copy.
It's a
On
man.
27, line 27.
27.
In lieu of, the way I interpret that, that means opted one way or the other. By that.
Senator Seymour, is your concern that you believe they should have to have the printed copy or one or the other?
They must have this allows them not to have a printed copy.
That's correct. And you're not in favor of that. You wanted to, if they want to do electronic, then that's fine, but you still want them to still have a printed copy.
They need to have a hard copy at the courthouse.
Okay. And so that's Senator Seymour's concern. And he is right. The legislation allows one or the other. Right now, the current law is you must have or you shall have a printed copy. What this legislation would do, if passed, would allow them to maintain either or. And I'm up to the committee. I mean, whatever you all decide. Yep. Senator Kirby.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It does say may, even goes into the sheriff's department and all. It does say may, and you're pretty much leaving it up to the county elected officials instead of us.
Yeah. Yep. And that's what I understand. I think it's supported by Mississippi Association of Supervisors as a cost saving measure for the counties. Of course, it is, like Senator Kirby said, Senator Seymour, is elective. They don't have to do it, but if they want to do it, they still will have to maintain a version. It may not be printed. It may be, I know it may be an electronic copy, and if they move to the electronic copy, it's up to them whether they still maintain the printed copy. But the law still requires some version of law books in the courthouse. I understand your concern. Yes, sir. Brent? Either or. Any other questions, senators? Yep, yep, they can have both. Senator Seymour, you understand that they can still, a county can maintain both if they wanted to.
Senator, the way I interpret line 27 through 30, that is not may or either or.
Yep. On line 29, they say the board may. They may, they don't have to. They may solely. So you're giving them the option to do just a electronic version, but they may still, some counties may still do the printed version.
But it's their option.
It's their option. Yep. Senator Turner Ford?
I guess I was trying to follow Senator Seymour. Is the issue at line 29, it should be shall? If they choose not to have books, and they shall maintain the electronic version, or do you?
But see, the way I read it, and I think the attorney agrees with me, if we replace may with shall on line 29, then you are requiring them to do electronic versions. And the may language, which is permissive, you are allowing them to, if they want to do an electronic version, to make that decision as the county elected officials to do the electronic version. But if you put the board shall solely maintain, I think that if that became law, you'll be telling them, Senator Seymour, that they got to do electronic version. Some may not want to do that.
Right. I'm not saying put shall in. I just don't want them to have the option to opt out of a hard
I got
copy
you.
being there.
I got you. I understand. Any other questions, senators? Over Senator Seymour's objection, I got to ask for a motion. The motion is Titus Vision do pass. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? All right. I think the ayes have it. The bill be reported. Thank you, senators. Do I have a motion to rise report? Thank you, senators.